This is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Hi there, it's me. I have got 3 kids at home on school holidays and I'm losing my mind.
And I'm on a boat on the bay somewhere, just living my best.
Very dare you. You know, the best thing that has ever happened to me is that I have my own bedroom back like I did when I was 10 years old. And I recommend it to everybody. You don't have to be single to do this. This is a thing. It's called a sleep divorce. And it means that you just agree to stay with your partner, but you live in different bedrooms. And I am all for it. We find out whether or not you are. We're in the show.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
You're listening to the Chrissy Swan Show on Nova. I want to talk about Edwina Bartholomew. She is the morning host woman. But she is a woman after my own heart.
You can fully tell we wake up with today because us trying to guess what Sunrise presenter does what is very hard.
I knew that she was a Channel 7 talent. I knew that. And I like her very much.
I think she reads the news on Sunrise.
She's amazing. And she's got this little sort of development renovation side hustle with her husband, which is it's really fun to watch. They bought this big old house and
How have Seven not turned that into a show?
Well, I know. Free to air, am I right?
Yeah, true.
Anyway, she made headlines last year for revealing that she and her husband sleep in separate bedrooms.
Uh-huh.
Right? And I think a lot of people don't want to say that they do that because there's this old sort of wives' tale or an old adage that, you know, if you don't sleep together, you're going to break up. Mm-hmm. That's the most important thing that couples do is share a bed.
I remember, even in high school, you'd hear people's parents don't. And even as a 12-year-old, I would jump to that conclusion, so-and-so's parents are about to get divorced.
And look, sometimes it's right.
True, yeah.
I knew parents of my friend never slept in the same bed. They had separate bedrooms and they couldn't stand each other. Okay. So, sometimes it is that.
Checks out.
But I feel like more often than not these days, it is not that. Not only does Edwina Bartholomew not share a bed with her husband, she's come out on the weekend to say that they live in separate houses.
Wait, and they're still together?
During the week, yeah.
They're not they're not going through a separation, they're not separated.
Perfectly happy. And I love it because I love it when other people march to the beat of their own drum. I love that. She's like, it works for us. I don't care what you think. I don't care if you think that he can't stand me or I can't stand him or that we're about to break up or that we don't like each other. I don't care because I know the truth. And
also, given you and I both know how awful a breakfast radio alarm is, so imagine a TV early
even
morning
earlier.
alarm.
Yeah, it's like 2 a.m. Those
You'd want to be in your own house waking up alone. I get it.
It seems like Edwina Bartholomew, though, is not alone. Do you not share a bed with your partner and you still like them? This is just a logical thing. I've got to say, I sleep alone and it's been the absolute best gift I ever gave myself. I've got my own room like I did when I was 10 years old.
The best.
And I cannot see one single downside. 10 years old, I've got somewhere to go, and sit on my bed and count my swap cards. Anyway, here are some other couples that do not sleep together. Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick do not sleep together in the same bed. Kourtney Kardashian did not share a bed with Scott
I was going to
Disick.
say, let me tell you, her and Travis share everything.
I know.
Just watch the show or ask them.
Gwyneth Paltrow and her husband, Brad Falchuk,
Yeah, okay.
do not share a bed.
She's probably written a Goop article about it.
Sure she has. Kevin Jonas does not share a bed with whoever he's married to.
Who's Kevin? I'm kidding.
There was a really good one here. Posh and Bex do not share a bed. In fact, they've got separate wings.
Elite.
I mean, I love that. They've got more money than God. That's why they can do it. And, I mean, this is no surprise to anyone, Donald and Melania Trump also.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
You are listening to the Chrissy Swan Show on Nova thanks to Priceline Pharmacy, and we're talking about happy relationships where the couple does not share a bed and often does not even share a house. I cannot imagine that.
Yeah,
Edwina
that's bizarre.
Bartholomew last year sort of teased us with the fact that she doesn't sleep in the same bed as her husband and has come out on the weekend, she's a Channel 7 star, and said that not only do they not sleep in the same bed, now they've graduated to separate houses.
Hey, doesn't our mate Cam Daddo have a podcast about this? It's just come to me as we're talking about
Separate bathrooms.
Oh, separate bathrooms.
So he and his wife think that the key to a good marriage is that you've both got a bathroom each.
I love that.
Which is a very similar philosophy to this.
Yes.
Jane, I cannot believe what I'm reading on the screen. Let's start with, how long have you been with your partner?
Oh, about 30 years.
And you are married to this man?
I am.
How long has it been since you've shared a house?
In all that time, 30 years.
Wow. Jane, I love this so much because this is quite a modern decision, but you've been doing it since the, 90s?
That's correct.
So how did this happen? You met him, you fell in love, you presumably had a wedding.
And I had my own home. And I love my own home. And then he decided to buy a home for himself. And we just lived separately.
And Jane, do you take turns in going to each other's house for dinner each night? Like, how does that work? What does your weekly routine together look like?
Well, we meet up 2, 3, 4 times a week, depends what's going on. And we have dinner at either houses. But at the end of the day, I go home to my home.
Jane,
this is epic.
You are my spirit animal. Sometimes when you drive away from him, do you reenact that scene in Jerry Maguire with Tom Cruise singing "Free Falling"?
No, I just prefer my home. I have a home that I absolutely adore. And he has a home that he likes.
And Jane, do you have cats and a little veggie patch or some herbs or something?
No, I have nothing like that. No, I just love where I live.
And do you have like a preference of bedroom, if you know what I mean, Jane? Like at either house for intimate times?
I have 2 bedrooms in my home.
Oh.
And I have 2 toilets and 2 bathrooms.
And so
has the same.
when he's there, does he use all the other stuff?
Yeah, like I said, we just have separate homes because we prefer our own downtime.
Jane, I've got to ask you again while I've got you because this is so amazing to me. Did your friends ever go, God, are you guys going to make it?
No, never.
But they understood that this is the way it was and they never tried to change your mind?
Yes, I have my own home. I love my own home.
I know you keep saying that, but a lot of women have their own home and then they get one with their husband or the husband moves in. Did he ever want to move in?
No.
Jane, this is so good.
Jane, you are the best.
Trent, what is your story?
Oh, yeah, g'day, guys. I've now been, I'm sent down to the spare room of the house now because I sort of got sick of waking up to the sound of my ribs cracking.
Yes. You're a snorer, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
All right, Trent, that sounds miserable. I'm going to give you a little bit of counsellor Chrissy action. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Get down to Kmart or wherever you like to buy your little bougie interior design stuff and make that spare bedroom your home because that is your new bedroom moving forward. Put your little, CPAP machine there permanently. Get your slippers. Put your undies in the drawer. That's your bedroom now, Trent.
Swanee, shall we finish with Michael?
Michael, how's it going? You've got a new partner or you've just moved in?
I have, yeah. Dating for 8 months. I moved in December. And it took about 3 weeks and I'm on the couch now.
Okay, so from the couch, I want you to get your phone and open up the browser realestate.com.au and find a nice little one better close to your girlfriend.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
You're listening to The Chrissy Swan Show on Nova. Let's talk conspiracy theories.
Chrissy's clickbait.
Seems like everybody's in the mood for an outlandish conspiracy theory. Avril Lavigne has apparently died many, many years ago.
Really?
I mean, it's so bizarre. There is a podcast hosted by a stand-up comedian called Joanne McNally, which does a deep dive into this. There's 3 episodes so far.
I want to listen.
I do too. Apparently, Avril Lavigne died after the release of her debut album in 2002 with Complicated on it.
Yes.
And if you think that sounds absurd, apparently the story really checks out. She was replaced, apparently.
By who?
By the record company. They found a doppelganger, which I suppose would make sense because we weren't that familiar with the features of Avril Lavigne then.
We weren't. And then she did have that drastic look change when she released Girlfriend in 2007. She went full blonde. So it sort of tracks if this woman that they replaced her with suited a lighter look.
I'm trying to find the name of this woman. It's like Rebecca or something.
Yeah, it was something really
It was something really ordinary. And she's just completely stepped into Melissa.
Melissa.
So
Mel.
instead of finding a new act, the record executives hired a doppelganger named Melissa to pose as the skater boy singer.
And Avril not that long ago dated Tyga, who is a rapper and ex of Kylie Jenner. Now, I think 2002 Avril, who was belting out bangers like this, wouldn't have ever dated Tyga, but maybe Melissa would have, and that's why she did.
But it's one thing to look like... Hello, Bogan Neck. Can you move that Lily Dale topping from over in the far left corner of the garden? It's one thing to look like someone else, but it's another thing to be able to sing exactly like them.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, the planets can't align that much.
And this was back before the days of AI.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
Anything for a 3-part podcast.
Now, I want to say I have hit the age where I am now excited to see the grown children of the superstars that I grew up with.
Yeah, this happened on air yesterday, didn't it?
I know. When you mentioned the name Jack Quaid.
Yeah.
And I was like, Quaid, I know that surname. I remember when Jack Henry was born to his mother, Meg Ryan, and his father, Dennis Quaid. And it was just always Meg, mother to Jack Henry. That's Jack Quaid, the actor now.
Yeah.
And he looks like an absolute perfect mix between Dennis and Meg.
He does. And it's not like he's 19, Swanee. He's like 30 now.
I know. Can you believe it? Another little blast from the past. I remember back in the day, Jack Nicholson was with a much younger woman, married, had babies, called Rebecca Broussard, who was incredibly beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, they had a daughter and a son, and the son was on the red carpet at the Vanity
Show
Fair
me.
Oscars party.
Oh, that's a good-looking couple.
He's all grown up. God bless him. I remember when he was a baby. His name is Ray.
Can you give me that picture? I want to knock off that suit.
Yeah, you're going to look great in that. The shades of grey
Yeah.
and charcoal. And last but not least, the great Dakota Johnson, daughter of Don Johnson from Miami Vice and Melanie Griffith, has revealed that her and her hot Coldplay boyfriend, Chris Martin, they've been engaged for years.
Oh, like a secret engagement.
Yes, and we didn't even know, and I'm thrilled for her. I love her, do you?
Yeah, she's a full vibe.
She is a full vibe.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
It's Thursday, and I don't know about you, but every Thursday I really feel like hearing the most unpopular opinions in the universe.
Yes, I've got so many in my notes, Swanee. I need to tick one off.
You do. You've got very, very strong opinions.
I'm a walking sweeping statement.
And all of them are unpopular.
And also, we want to know, what won't you learn? Now, this came after you admitted, Swanee, that you will never learn to change a tyre.
No, even though I was driving around with a nail wedged in my tyre for over 2 weeks, wondering what the flat sound was.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's do this.
Swan's sweeping statements.
Yes, indeed. Sweeping statements. 13, 24, 10. What is the most unpopular opinion that you have?
And today, Swanee, sharing your unpopular opinion with us could get you a brand new air fryer.
Oh my God, has the time come?
The time has come. A green pan air fryer thanks to the cookware company. We love the cookware company.
These are unbelievable. And I'm going to say something because air fryers are the best invention ever.
You're mad for them.
Even if you've already got an air fryer, you want this one.
Really?
And if you don't have an air fryer, you definitely want this one.
I don't know if I need one.
You do.
I know, but you know what I'm like with my bench space? I'm just going to find a cupboard that it'll fit in.
That is a great idea.
Because I would love to cook veggies and stuff in it, but
It's the best.
Stuff on my bench
Particularly
wigs
for
me out.
you, like a single man living
Yeah.
alone. You don't want to heat up that big oven.
Yeah, if Chris Contos heard you say that, he would be devastated.
All right, sorry. We've totally gone
have.
off topic because we're mad for air fryers.
Sweeping statements, Swanee. Kick us off with your unpopular opinion.
Mine is this. If an elderly person abuses you on the street, then then they have set the precedent and you are allowed to not respect them back. Now, I've got all the respect in the world for our older
Of course.
population. I love them dearly.
Can you please give context to this sweeping
I was
statement?
driving into work today, and you know I'm so respectful. Oh my God. I was driving into work today, and I just take a little hook turn in the car park, and an old man yelled after me, "You're an idiot!" And I was so taken aback because, you know, I loved him before he said that, you
Yeah.
know, lovely old man. Anyway, I didn't say anything initially, and then he called me an idiot again. And I said, it came out of my mouth because I decided that if you're going to speak to me like that, I don't care how old you are. And I said, "See you in hell, old man,"
Out your window.
and kept on driving. And I got a strange amount of satisfaction for that.
Oh, I love that.
What's your sweeping statement today?
There is no worse feeling in the world than a warm toilet seat on your backside.
Oh, my goodness.
It's like the feeling of grottiness and dirt. Like if you were to feel a germ, that's what it would feel like.
When
a warm toilet seat.
When have you experienced this recently?
I think when I've been in a rush, or I think the last one was at a restaurant when there was just one men's cubicle and obviously someone exited
And
it.
did you do a poo in a
this
restaurant?
is a whole other conversation that Tom knows about. I know.
Okay, all right. That's
But it's the
very
worst
unlike
feeling.
you. It is the worst. I know it's gross. You get
What?
off it straight away like you've sat on a bee.
Yeah, and usually I whack toilet paper down, but after a couple of ciders, I don't stress about that.
The Chrissy Swan Show. Swan's sweeping statements.
Yes, indeed. We have got some air fryers to give away thanks to the Cookware Company. And let me tell you,
They look chic.
I love... When looking for an air fryer, you don't want anything less than an XL.
Yeah.
XL is what you're after because you can pack in a lot. Carolyn, what is your sweeping statement?
My sweeping statement is, if you can't cook it in an air fryer, you're getting it raw.
Amen, baby. What is your favourite thing to cook in your air fryer? By the way, you've just won one thanks to the Cookware
Oh,
Company.
my God, that's amazing. My one I've got is too tiny. I need the XL.
Oh, man, you are not going to believe it.
Oh, fantastic. I love to cook ham and cheese toasties in there just for a quick, easy.
Can you do a toasty in an air fryer, Carolyn?
Carolyn,
Yeah.
Jack doesn't understand how his life is going to change.
Actually, Jack, I could have cooked a chicken by the time I was on hold.
Exactly.
Oh, wow, okay.
Exactly, Carolyn. Very good sweeping statement. Anna, what is your sweeping statement?
My sweeping statement is that fruit is not dessert. My mum, I always ask for dessert, but my mum always says, "Sure, you can have some fruit."
Oh, that used to ick me as a kid.
What fruit is she talking about specifically?
Just all fruit, really.
Like a banana.
Like, it's just yeah, I wouldn't have a banana for dessert.
Anna, I'm with you. But don't tell my gran because fruit was, admittedly, there was sometimes a little bit of rice pudding and cream with
Yum.
the fruit. But, yeah, good on you, Anna. You've won an air fryer.
What? Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Do you cook, Anna, at the age of 11?
No, but me and my brothers, we've all wanted an air fryer for a very long time, but Mum says no.
Well, tell her Auntie Chrissy has just given her one. Absolutely usurped her authority.
Let's go to Kelly. Kelly, what is your sweeping statement?
Well, my sweeping statement is that there is such a thing as too much Taylor Swift.
Do you realise who you're talking to here, Kelly?
No, you know,
Yes, I do.
Kelly, the rules of this game are you are entitled to your opinion and we support it 100%.
Oh, Chrissy, thank you.
Kelly, air fryer for you. Air fryer for you. Hope you don't burn your hand on it, Kelly. Tam, hello.
Hello.
What is your sweeping statement?
As a parent, I think that homework is unnecessary waste of time.
I couldn't agree more. Are you talking about all the assignments that you sneakily do for your children?
Well, she's only in grade 1, but I'm getting pressured so much for reading and writing and everything.
Listen.
And it's just at grade 1, it's too much. I can't imagine when we get to nap class.
Tam, you wait till grade 6. You'll be there making collages about the olden days.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
You're listening to the Chrissy Swan Show on Nova, thanks to Priceline Pharmacy. And I am never going to learn how to change a tyre. I remember there was a time where it was a thing. It was like, you should really learn how to change a tyre. Every woman should know how to change a tyre.
No.
And I am deeply feminist, of course. There's nothing that I can't do. But I am not learning how to change a tyre. And it's not because I don't believe I can. It's because I don't want to. I do not want that skill set.
I'm with you, Swanee, but I also just truly believe I wouldn't be able to. Like, I'll admit it, I just don't think I can. And also, why would we when there's beautiful people in jobs that we can pay to do that and keep their lives afloat?
And they do it in 2 minutes. Can you
Right.
imagine the floods of tears I would be in if I had to do that?
And I just think about how, like, greasy and oily our hands would get. We'd have to come and scrub
And
them.
my grip is terrible and I've
wreck
ruined
your
my
nails.
nails. You are calling us, 132410, to tell us what are the things that you are actively never, ever going to learn by choice. Clint, what are you never going to learn?
Oil change on my car and even just checking the oil.
Really? You won't even check the oil? That's fair. I mean, there's a light in your dashboard, presumably?
Yes, there is, yes.
And then when that goes on, what do you do, Clint?
I call my dad.
Yeah.
He's always checking it for me, so yeah, straight to my dad.
Yeah, see? And then when he's not around, you just take it to a garage. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about the day my dad drops off.
They're experts.
Who do I call? I have to pay a mechanic to check the oil. I mean, how annoying.
Well, no, you'll find a nice one to do it for you. Even I know how to check the oil. Di, what are you actively avoiding learning?
Mowing the lawns.
I tell you what, it's really hard. I used to mow the lawns. It's really hard work.
It's just another job.
It is, isn't it?
Something that you've got to worry about. Yeah, did do.
Have you... Oh, I think we're losing you, Di, and I wanted to talk all about your first foray into mowing and why you're never going back, but I think you're gone. Are you? Oh, no, there you are.
No, I'm still here.
Was it a disaster when you gave it a first crack?
No, it was purpose. I just left like blades of grass between each strip.
Yes.
It was like a shit job, so I wouldn't have to do it again.
Oh, that's the oldest trick in the book.
It is.
My eldest son is a master at that. Chantel, what are you actively never going to learn?
Learn how to use the coffee machine to make my husband a coffee.
This is an act of this is an act of fury and resentment, I believe, Chantel.
No, I don't drink coffee. And during COVID, when my husband was working from home all the time, he kept saying, "Can you make me a coffee?" And I go, "No, I've got things to do." So I refuse to learn how to do it, so I don't have to make one.
Can I ask? I just want to see the sort of level of avoidance here. What sort of coffee machine is it?
Oh, I wouldn't even have a clue.
Because if it's one of those pod machines that everyone's got from Aldi, I salute you.
Not one of those.
Oh, okay.
Not one of those.
All right.
That'd be even better.
That's the best.
You said one of those and I didn't use that either. So no.
Chantel.
Let's finish with Laura, Swanee.
Laura, I have just read what you have. You are never going to. Please tell us your story.
Well, when I had my twins, they were 7 weeks premature, so they were both in incubators. And every time the nurses came on shift, they said, "Oh, have you been shown how to change a nappy? Because you have to pass everything through the incubator holes, the cream, the stuff, the nappy." So I just kept saying, "No, I haven't been shown yet." So the nurses would do it and show me. And I managed to get away with changing their nappies for like the first 2 weeks of their life. Because every time the shift changed, I was like, "No, I don't know how to do it."
That is smart because, my God, Laura, with twins, you changed some disgusting nappies later on.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.